This is a book talk about the book The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo by Allison Gage. The Poet X was published in 2018 and it is a fiction book. The author, Elizabeth Acevedo, is pictured to the left. The main characters of this book are Xiomara Batista. She's the narrator and she's a teen who's just trying to understand the world and herself. Next, we have Mami, who is her mother and is super religious. Then we have Xavier, who is her twin brother, but is also seen as the perfect child. Then we have Papi, who is Xiomara's father. And then Caridad is Xiomara's best friend. Then we have Father Sean, who is Xiomara's family priest. And then Aman is Xiomara's crush and schoolmate. A brief summary of the story is The Poet X is set in Harlem, New York. It follows the life of Xiomara, who is a 15-year-old poet who lives with her very religious Dominican immigrated mother. The story is told through poems written by Xiomara. The reader follows her life as she's growing into a young woman, figuring out who she truly is. She writes poetry about events in her life throughout freshman year to create a powerful story that many could relate to. The first quote that really impacted me from the book was, "I should hate Caridad. She's all my parents want in a daughter. She's everything I could never be." This quote made me realize how high her parents' standards on her are and how it may be affecting her life. She's starting to compare herself to others, and especially to her only best friend, Caridad. The next quote I chose was because I thought it showed how extremely strict and religious Xiomara's mother really is. The quote is, "Mami put her hand out, but she didn't take them. Instead, she backhanded me so quick she cut open my lip. Good girls don't wear tampons. Are you still a virgin? Are you having relations?" It's just crazy to me that her mother really doesn't want her daughter using a tampon just because she'd like her to stay a virgin. The teaser for the book is, does Xiomara ever release the tight grip religion holds to her life and her lifestyle to fulfill her true dream as a poet? You'll have to read to find out. Why I'd recommend the book is, I'd recommend the book because it's written entirely through poems. Since this book is written like this, it offers qualities most books don't and allows the reader to connect on a deeper level. Since sometimes poems can be interpreted differently, the book can be related to by many people. The specific struggles and events Xiomara goes through make it a perfect book for people aged 15 to 25. It can still be very interesting and powerful to anyone over the age of 25 as well. This book relates back to the things we've learned in our class, The Black Woman, in many ways. These 5 ways are the ways that I noticed the most. It relates to intersectionality and oppression because Xiomara is a female Dominican woman living in a poorer part of Harlem who faces different kinds of oppression daily. It relates back to self-exploration and self-empowerment in many ways as well. These are also some ideas that are mentioned in the Black feminist thought. Xiomara is a 15-year-old woman going through puberty trying to find out who she is in a super hectic, uber religious and strict environment, while at the same time trying to get through life by writing poetry and expressing her creative side. Lastly, this book relates to sexualization of women of color because Xiomara, being a bodacious young woman who grew into her curves young, get a lot of extra unwanted attention from men through her life in this story. Thank you.